Today's redstone video is going to be a bit of an interesting one because, well, if we just place down a piston right here and place a block in front of it and power it, you can see that everything's working properly. But if we place 2 blocks in front of the piston and power it, yeah, we get nothing. Our piston has got a 1 block push limit. Oh man, this is going to be difficult. I mean, just think, even something as simple as a double piston extender suddenly gets quite a bit trickier. With that being said, I gotta say, I'm actually quite proud of this little design that I've created right here. Check this little thing out. So it uses similar timings to what we have going on with normal double piston extenders, but I've got a hopper, which updates the observer, which means that this piston spits out its block, then everything extends and retracts. That is actually quite smart. I'm quite proud of my brain there. I feel like I might have started things off with something that's potentially impossible, but I wonder if we could create any form of sand door using this system. So if we flick this lever here, I actually don't think we could. So sand doors would be out of the question. Because yeah, that's just completely broken the sand, because we'd need to retract the piston, have them be entities, and then push the pistons kind of upwards as the sands remain entities so that the piston push limit doesn't come into effect. But that doesn't work. The sand breaks. Oh man, we've lost that. Okay, there could potentially be a way here. Just give me a second. So we need a piston there. We're definitely going to need a piston there. And then we're going to need some iron blocks. And if I was to drop the sand using a piston, it can only be 1 block wide, but if I was to drop the sand, would that then function? I feel like that could then potentially function. And go. Alright, okay, that's definitely 100% promising. Oh, we could feel something here. Yes! Yes, this is actually going to work. So we go, there go our sand blocks. Then we just need to do the logic for the top. Now, it certainly isn't the smallest 1 wide sand door I've ever created, but it does just about function. And I mean, you guys know, I absolutely love these bouncy piston doors. They're always incredibly satisfying to watch, especially on larger scales, but we're certainly not able to do that with our current piston push limits, that's for sure. Anyway, let's move on and actually try and work on a slightly bigger piston door. And this is one that I'm kind of a little bit scared about. 4x4 piston door. I mean, I struggle to build these even with regular push limits. So this is where we currently stand. So we have all of the bottom in place. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. So we've got these retractors, and we have the double piston extender, which is going to be grabbing our blocks. So if these are door blocks, this will actually be grabbing the blocks that go here. Now I'm interested. Okay, it does work. It does it in a bit of a strange fashion, but it is actually working. So we've got ourselves a functional system there. So all we have to do is, actually, I've just had a thought. This will work exactly the same as any normal 4x4 piston door. I don't think we need anything crazy going on here. Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to grab another design that I've got for a 4x4 piston door, and we'll see if it still functions. It didn't work. Not for the reason that I was expecting, because the double piston extender works fine. The issue is that the way that we push out the blocks, it can't do it, because we're pushing from the back and not shooting from the front. None of that probably made sense to any of you. I just want to say that I'm making absolutely no attempt to create a compact design in the slightest here, okay? I think there should be a prior warning. This thing's going to be enormous. Oh, and I've just thought, no, of course. So let's try and run this through. So right now, what I've done is I thought I would have created this system here. So the system that pushes out the blocks, but obviously our pistons can't push this because the block push limit is only 1 block. So that means what we need to do is we need to double extend at that point, and then we need to push across, and then we need to single extend. Oh my word, this is... And to do a double extension, we have to do a weird thing as well. Ah, I didn't think about any of this stuff. Alright, we're back to square one. I tell you what, guys, this is by far the most frustrating redstone project I think I've ever worked on. I'm being deadly serious here. It's just horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Every single time you think that you can do something, you can't. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I'm hoping My fingers are very crossed that I have now sussed out how to do the closing. Yes, I have. Okay, so that is the closing sequence. And then obviously nothing's going to happen on the opening, but if we just fill in all these blocks right here, you can see that that side has now fully closed up. Oh my word. Okay, let's do the opening. This thing is also going to be laughably big. I just thought I'd warn you. Because look at the size of this thing already. Anyway, we just need to... We're actually doing quite well here. If we... I might actually be able to do this on camera. So if we then run power into the side of that dropper there with a repeater with a certain quantity of delay, let's just really go to town with the delay here, and then take a redstone repeater output from the side of this thing, so that's fully isolated, so that's fine. That's probably more than enough delay. So if we run this around like this and just connect it up using this redstone here, we might just about be able to pull it off. Yeah. Well, let's see. I mean... Okay, so there is our closing. Yes! There it is! There's a full opening! It's very slow. So I have to take out a handful of repeaters here, but we actually managed to pull it off. Of course, that was only one half of the piston door. Now we have both sides in place, and it is looking pretty cool. In fact, you know what? I actually really like the opening and closing sequence of this thing. It's quite cool. It opens in a way that you never really see, or it closes even in a way that you never really see. Generally speaking, you don't have those blocks double extended in the center. But anyway, there it is. Fully functioning 4x4 piston door with a 1 block push limit in Minecraft, and it's only the size of 19 buses. You know what doing this video has taught me? Is that actually changing the piston push limit, it really only ruins one thing, and that is piston extenders. So, for example, this flush piston door, absolutely fine. In my head, this was something that would be effective, but it totally isn't. It's just the piston extenders, and obviously, you know, slime blocks are totally ruined. I mean, there's no way that you can deal with those. And, of course, things like piston feed tapes. But outside of that, it really, I mean, there's not many times in Minecraft where you actually are pushing more than 1 block. It's quite interesting. But I guess, speaking of piston extenders, I should probably give a slightly bigger one a go. So I want to see, how easy is it to make a triple piston extender? I'll try my best to make this one relatively compact. Okay, I think I might be onto something here. So that is a triple piston extension. Sort of. It's kind of one. So then I wonder, can we get away with not having that one? Because that one's actually messing things up. So if we were, I'm assuming this actually means that it's now... Oh no, that's better, because now that will retract. Whoa, that was exciting. Okay, this is really good news. And you know what, I gotta say, I'm fairly proud of myself for this one. I believe this should be working, and it should just be 3 blocks wide. So there is the triple extension. Oh, there it is. Nice, so we have managed to pull this off within a 3 wide area. So that is 1, 2, 3 blocks wide, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks long. So it's not exactly the smallest triple piston extender that's ever existed, and it certainly doesn't have the prettiest looking extension, or retraction for that matter. But I have to say, considering we can only push 1 block at a time, I would say that we're not doing too badly there. So there we go. I think that just about wraps everything up for today's video, and I'm actually going to end up this video with a challenge, because I want to issue you guys a bit of a challenge. I want you to try this out for yourselves. It is so difficult. So install the Redstone++ mod, go into the config and set the piston push limit to 1 block and see what you can create, because it destroys you in more ways than you expect. Like, for example, the 4x4 piston door, I wasn't actually expecting it to not work in the way that it didn't end up working. I completely overlooked certain things. So it's been really, really challenging, but also, yeah, quite a lot of fun to work on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.